And welcome back to the Free Gents Podcast, ladies and gentlemen. You are now tuned in for the official 5th live episode. We're on episode 154.
Yep, the 5th live episode in a row.
Episode 154 of the Free Gents Podcast. You're here, you're tuned in on this lovely Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everywhere, wherever you at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, shout out to listen, shout out to all the love we've been receiving. Shout out to all the criticism and the hate that we've been receiving.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
At the end of the day, you know, I appreciate you guys following us through this journey. Whether you hate watching or love watching.
Listen, whatever you're doing, you should drop a comment and subscribe. But anyway, listen, man, it's been an eventful week like always. You know, with this day of information, ever since you've been saying that, we're in the day of information. I'm like, word, we really are. Ever since you've been saying that, I'm like, yeah, well, that's a fact. Every day is just like a bomb is dropped. Every day.
And sometimes so much stuff happens throughout the week. Sometimes we get lost in the sauce.
I know you've been seeing Uncle Elon and Theo Trump.
Yeah.
Listen, both unks is bugging out right now, bro. Okay? Yeah. I'm not sure what's going on, but I know for a fact by that Burberry shirt you're wearing that you know what's going on.
I know what's going on.
You feel me? I know you know.
They're having an elite off.
They're having an elite off?
They're having an elite off. Yeah. In reality, it was a ticking time bomb. There's only so long that two narcissists can actually be in cahoots with each other and collaborate on something without it being an ego thing.
Listen, all I know is I immediately started buying more Bitcoin and Dogecoin as soon as this shit started happening. Because I said, something's going to happen. I don't know what, but I know these crypto motherfuckers are going to be ahead of the curve. And then I'm going to be mad when I hear that Dogecoin went to $1,000 and people made $10 trillion this week. I'm not fucking around. Listen, I'm ready for it. Whatever's going to happen in the crypto market, I'm ready for it. Every time it's in the headlines, bro, something goes crazy in crypto. It might be a big down, it might be a big up, but I'm willing to risk it all. I'm not going to lie.
At this point, I'm willing to risk it all.
I'm willing to risk it all.
So let's break down the events and what's been going on. So,
yeah, please. Do
you kind of know anything?
I literally have no idea, which is perfect. I'm here to learn something.
So, Trump, I don't know if you see that, he's trying to push this one big beautiful bill. Okay. That's what it's called.
It's called One Big Beautiful Bill?
You know how he
don't ever be serious.
No, that's what I'm saying.
He don't ever be fucking serious.
Not at all.
Okay.
Only him.
One Big Beautiful Bill.
So
what are we talking about?
One Big Beautiful Bill. I'm going to read a little bit of it. So before I get into the logistics, let me read it first. Let me read it first. Okay, so
get into it. Let's do it.
The One Big Beautiful Bill Act of 2025. The U.S.'s budget proposal extends the 2017 tax cuts. Boosts defense spending by $150 billion.
Okay.
So he wants to raise defense spending. Of course, they always find
$150 billion.
Oh, of course.
You know, I just found out they spend $800 billion a year at the Pentagon alone.
We spoke about this.
Right. But I know, but it just hit
goes up every year, and now he wants to raise another $150 billion.
That's a lot.
But of course,
that's like 20%.
Well, but guess what? We when it comes to all these other things, we never have money for.
Better put us over $1 trillion. I just thought no, that's $150 billion.
But not only that, they also have never passed an audit. So they never pass an audit.
So we're not even about to show you this. Let's not talk about this tax paperwork. What taxes?
What taxes?
Debo, what bite?
More money. Yeah, 2 of them things. 3 of them things. 4 of them things.
Yeah.
So
let me not cut you off.
Extend the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act of 2017.
Yes, sir.
For tax cuts. Mm-hmm. Raise the defense spending by $150 billion.
Yeah.
Raise deductions. He also wants to cut Medicaid and SNAP.
Who's agreeing to this? It don't sound like good news for nobody. Except for the elitist, maybe.
Well, that's exactly.
Yeah, you're looking at me like, what the fuck this is?
What do you think this is like?
My bad.
Time out.
Good point.
What do you think we are here?
Come on, now. I forgot. It's America.
So, Medicaid and SNAP cutting would potentially affect 8.6 million and 11 million people, respectively. Critics say that this bill would add $2.5 trillion to the deficit. Would add to the deficit.
So what's the benefit? Because then you said it was positive. So
unless you have money.
Oh, right. That thing again. Okay, that makes sense. That's what the One Big Beautiful Bill. Everything on the One Big Beautiful Bill?
Not everything. But here's the thing.
Yeah.
Here's the issue with our government in general and how they try to pass bills. The bill is over 1,000 pages. Mm-hmm. And what they do is, a lot of the times when Congress members are voting on a bill, they don't give them the ample amount of time to actually read it. Most of them don't even read the bills.
Yeah, of course not. Who reads the bill? It's like buying a car, reading the entire contract from front to end. Your dealer's gonna look at you like you're an asshole. Please get out of my chair. Sign and get out, please. You've been reading for 3 hours.
And not only that, see, this is why it's really all a game. It's about timing. When they propose a bill to the floor, once you propose a bill to the floor, everyone only has a certain amount of time in order to review the bill and vote on it. So most of the people that are voting on it didn't even read the whole bill. Marjorie Taylor Greene, do you know who that is?
Absolutely not.
Horrible person.
Okay.
Horrible person, by the way. She's in our she's a congresswoman, and she of course she liked most of the stuff in the bill, but she voted yes. But there was one section of the bill that she didn't agree with, and she criticized on Twitter. She said that in the bill, states could not make laws that went against the advancement of AI for 10 years.
What? Wait, states cannot make laws.
So
they're saying basically AI is gonna have free will to do every and anything they need to do for the next 10 years.
And her thing, and a lot of the Republican stance is always states' rights. States should have the right to do this. States.
Yeah.
So her thing was, I would have never voted for the bill. But that's the thing. It's 1,000 pages in that one little section she didn't agree with. Now, how they see, and this is the issue I have.
Quick. So in the midst of that 1,000 pages, the first things you mentioned which had nothing to do with the word artificial intelligence, AI, anything. Somehow AI was in the middle of all of that.
No. It's 1,000 pages. So
right.
I just read a little bit of some of the points where,
and none of those things were related to AI at all. So that's what I'm like. All right, so there's a lot more to that bill that I'm not getting.
A lot. It's very they do it very meticulously. And another, not this bill in general, and a lot of situations when it comes to getting bills passed is you have lobbyists.
Yeah.
And lobbyists a lot of the times represent corporations. So let's say that, for example purposes, this is a bill that I'm trying to pass that will limit the amount of drilling because I want to help protect the environment, for example. But I'm being lobbied by ExxonMobil. So I make up this bill. I give it to the lobbyists for ExxonMobil. They put in what they want to. Little section here, exclusion here, except ExxonMobil can do whatever they want. But that's tucked away in the bill.
Yeah.
So when I present the bill to Congress and there's somebody who disagrees with that section, it's like, wow, you don't want to protect our environment. Yeah. I can't believe you would go against this bill. You see how they do stuff?
Yeah.
It's so criminal in the way we actually try to put bills and pass bills.
Right. So what are you
gonna say?
I was gonna say, so how does this get us into what Elon and Trump?
Let me
disagree.
Critics say it could add $2.5 trillion to the deficit, and Elon is saying, wait, this is a big bloated bill that's gonna cripple us in debt. What is going on here? That's his thing. He's like, whoa, what are we doing? We just had we just had this whole government efficiency, and this whole thing is going to, everything we did is going to waste. Is basically his stance on everything. And so, digging deeper on that, apparently, I don't know how true this is, but apparently Elon is not too happy that Trump has a good relationship with the founder, CEO of OpenAI, and OpenAI is an enemy to Grok and what Elon's doing. So the competition there, the founder of OpenAI is one of his rivals, one of his enemies.
Right.
But Elon's like, what are we doing? What do we do all this efficiency for if we're just going to slash everything we just did and add $2.5 trillion to our deficit? And now Trump, do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, but what so Elon's against the deficit.
Yes, he's against this bill. He's absolutely against this bill. He tweeted talking crazy about this bill. It's going to cripple us in debt. That's what he's saying.
So he cares about the country.
It's deeper
than that.
It gets so.
How about I say that sounds like what you would be with? But I know you don't fuck with Elon, so now I'm lost.
And all this, I'm on Elon's side. I don't like either of them.
Right, exactly.
I can't say either.
Yeah.
But if I had,
you know what it is? I'll be forgetting. There's never like 100%. Like we love this guy 100%. There's always some chinks in the armor with anybody you support.
I've said this before. I don't 100% disagree with anybody. At the same time, I don't 100% agree with everybody.
Right.
So, with that being said, there's little nuances to everything. Everything's not black and white.
Right.
So even if I can't stand what most of the time this person says. I can take bits and pieces. They might be speaking.
Yeah.
Just the approach that I don't like. Or someone over here has an amazing approach. I don't necessarily agree with those points.
Yeah.
It's never black and white.
You're right.
You know? So,
Right.
Trump tweets, you know, Twitter fingers Trump.
This is crazy.
Social Trump. He says, well, Elon's upset that I'm taking these tax credits away for these EV companies. And Elon responds like, damn the tax credits. You can take them tax credits away. I don't care about them tax credits. So, like, they've been going back and forth. And then Trump responds and says, well, maybe if we take away all these subsidies, we would actually save a lot for the deficit. If we take away a lot of Elon's subsidies that he's getting from the government, from Tesla and SpaceX and all that, all these government subsidies that he's getting, maybe that will help us.
Okay.
So now they're going back and forth.
Right.
And then Elon comes and says, well, the only reason why the Epstein files weren't leaked is because Trump is on them.
Wait. He just went off the scale like that.
Off the scale. He said the reason why the Epstein files hasn't been leaked is because Trump is in it.
All right, Elon, I'm not gonna lie, that's messy as fuck. But you know what I respect about all of this is that he owns Twitter. So all this shit is happening on his place. I feel like they might be playing 4D chess with us right now, and I'm just gonna let this rock and see how this plays out. But I feel like this is a play. But I'm gonna let you
Elon,
go ahead.
And the thing about Elon, Elon's a troll.
Yeah,
Elon's a troll. So now he starts retweeting and bringing up old videos of Epstein and Trump. They were talking about Trump should be impeached. Elon said yes. Now somebody else was saying how there needs to be another political party to challenge. Elon says yes. Mark Cuban says yes, which Mark Cuban and Elon doesn't like. Mark Cuban doesn't like this whole Doge and Trump thing. He's been critical of Elon and Trump.
Yeah,
but so yeah.
I feel like that's weird though. Like I feel like for sure because you can't start denouncing motherfuckers for something you've been heard about. Because it's not like Epstein happened last week. This happened years ago. So it's like you're gonna start calling them out now after y'all was just buddy best of butts. That's freaky. I ain't gonna lie.
So the issue we're bringing to the table is the fact that obviously you don't really care about the Epstein files. It's just more about.
He not backing what you got going on. He's working with the ops and all. As long as it benefits me.
So now all of a sudden, you care about the Epstein files when it no longer benefits you. And the thing about most politicians and Elon Musk in general it's very dangerous because they are capitalists at its truest core. They don't have any values.
Damn.
Before Elon joined Trump, he was very progressive in his takes.
Yeah. That's why I was watching. I was watching a highlight about how progressive his takes were, and now he's on bullshit. And then now he's back on bullshit.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
somebody who's loyal to the dollar,
they could be swayed in any direction at any point.
Who the highest bidder?
Yeah.
Their loyalty is to the highest bidder.
That's true.
Whatever serves them at the moment. Like I said, Elon was anti-conservative forever. He used to talk crazy about the conservatives, very liberal in his takes, and apparently what happened is he has a trans daughter.
Elon?
Yes.
What?
Elon has like 12, 13 kids.
I forgot. He does have mad kids.
So apparently he didn't find out till after they transitioned, and apparently the school was trying to protect them, protect the kid.
Okay.
And Elon didn't find out until after, so he waged war on all the liberals and waged war on all the progressives, and switched to the Republican Party because of that. Oh. Okay. He basically said my son is dead or whatever, or my daughter. I'm sorry. I don't know which way they transitioned. I forgot right now, but whatever way they transitioned. He's saying my daughter's dead, my son is dead. Yeah. Like the liberals took him from me.
Right.
Whatever. So ever since then he's been conservative. But he was very
yo, what the fuck?
So he used to be very liberal with his takes.
Okay.
Then he turned conservative, and now he's saying Trump would have never won the election without me.
Might be true.
So I want to get your thoughts on all this.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Like I said, it just feels like it's very weird when you see people switch sides like KD out of nowhere. Like you was just over here, now you over there with the Warriors. It's crazy, but whatever. Like, cool, we gonna still get this chip. I mean, Trump's still gonna make shit happen with or without Elon. I'm gonna be real. I don't believe none of that Elon. Like, oh, you wouldn't have won without me. There might be some truth to that. We can't really tell, but what I can tell you is Trump got this shit on lock. Listen, I'm gonna be honest. If you had people that had to rally behind Trump or Elon, it's a different crowd rallying behind Trump. Okay, Elon might get you drone strike to some shit, but Trump got some other shit going on. So me personally, Trump got a different kind of mob of people who are really willing to go to the White House and ransack that shit. So like, I mean, I don't think he need Elon. Elon got the support of what? People that like Tesla, like.
The tech bros.
That's what I'm saying. What are they gonna do?
Movement.
Make bots to make it seem like he has more supporters? Trump got real life, feet on ground, as the kids say, feet on land supporters.
But like you said before, Elon got Twitter.
Elon has Twitter, but that shit is a bunch of pussy ass niggas. That's on their phone. They can't do nothing.
But I'm saying the algorithms.
Trump's people take flight to said city and ransack the White House. Do you not understand how gangster that is?
Right.
You not fucking with that. Chill, Elon. The shit can get nasty for you. Okay, just because you got all that bread, don't mean that Trump can't rally up the Justice League of all the people with money, or the Legion of Doom, the Legion of Doom, of all the worst supervillains, and get busy. Like, don't turn on the home team now, Elon. Stay over there if you're gonna be like, you know what I mean?
And
I'm trying to join the Justice League now.
And it's funny it's funny because Trump's whole take on electric vehicles before Elon came in was literally the opposite. And now he was getting Elon money. He literally said during one of his campaign speeches, he was like, yeah, well, I talk crazy about EVs or whatever, and I got to talk nice to them because Elon's paying me a lot of money.
He said that?
Paying me a lot of money.
He said that?
Of course.
But you got to love the transparency.
Like,
you know. Listen, my man's put $10 billion up on this campaign. I'm sorry. We going Tesla all the way. Let's go Cybertruck.
And so then he's out here doing infomercials outside of the White House with Teslas. But the way he was talking about EV, but what I'm saying, I said, like politicians,
yes,
and people like Elon, those are the most dangerous people because they have no loyalty.
Yeah,
no loyalties. Elon switched up like that, but
highest bidder.
He wasn't even on that side originally. So,
I mean, I want to find out, like, was Trump really on Epstein Island doing some weird shit? What's going on?
That shouldn't surprise anybody.
I don't know if y'all realize Trump's like damn near 80. Trump, we got to get him out of there now. If we're going to do something to embarrass him, we only got maybe a couple more summers, gang. Like, we got to get him now because chances are he's going to die. Like, he's really old, bro. And he's stressed the fuck out 24/7. The motherfucker's having a heart attack up there. You know what I'm saying? Like, we needed to get, because once he's dead, what? We're going to uncover some shit. We're going to do him like Mike Jackson and start pulling out rape cases 10 years later. Like, let's get him now. You know what I'm saying? We're going to embarrass him. Let's get him now. You see what they did to Bill Cosby? If the dude's a motherfucking piece of shit, can we get him now? Like, I mean, he is a piece of shit. But this is a different, obviously, Epstein's a different
him being in the Epstein files does not surprise me in the least. It wouldn't surprise me in the least.
Let's uncover this shit.
But
let's uncover this now.
I feel like they both have so much dirt on each other, but when it comes to Trump, like I said, he's absolved of all criticism. I don't think it would matter either way.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't matter. I don't think he can do anything wrong.
He can't.
I know, that's what I'm saying. He cannot do anything wrong. So I don't think it really matters. But I guess we'll see what happens. And apparently, I believe Elon deleted that tweet about Epstein. I don't know why. Because, it's up there. You can't take that away. So I don't know why you... But, well, I guess we'll see what happens in the spill out and the fallout. And this is right after he said he was leaving Doge. So...
Hey man, I'm trying to figure out, man, because this shit sounds wicked.
I hope they destroy each other. Honestly, I hope they destroy each other.
I don't see that happening.
No, I'm saying I feel like they're both very petty enough and very.
I followed this girl on Instagram. She just drove from New Jersey to Texas, spent $137 charging her Tesla. Elon's not going nowhere, son. This nigga's a genius, bro. He figured out how to get you from New Jersey to Texas for $137, and she says she slept through the whole state of Mississippi. That's crazy.
That's
crazy. Insane. How do you not want a Tesla, bro? This shit drives itself. Yeah, $137 in charging is amazing, bro. Like I don't know, man. Like, I don't see it happening. Like I said, Trump got them Proud Boys, whatever his gang is called. He got a bunch of them.
A lot of them.
Yeah, it's like five of them. It go
Loyalists.
KKK,
Loyalists.
the loyalists.
No, I'm saying like he got loyalists.
Yeah, let's do it. Like
the oath keepers. There's a whole denomination, different denominations of
I
them.
can see they turn into like some type of civil war or something.
But we'll see because like Elon is so erratic. They're both very erratic, so you never really know how this can go, and they're both very petty. So I feel like if one goes low, the other one will go lower. I feel like it could be a game of limbo. You feel me? Like, what? You want to go there? We can take it there. You feel me? They both have enough influence, enough money. You feel me? So like, I don't know if Trump has an equal necessarily, but Elon would be a great adversary in general. As far as somebody with the reach, as far as somebody with the influence, as far as somebody with the money, as far as somebody who's just as petty. You know what I mean?
I mean, we'll see because I don't think nobody stands a chance versus Trump. I don't think.
No.
Trump right now, he's like on a 2001 AI run right now. Like, he's MVP. Like he's for sure. Like he's him.
He got the
support. He got the streets. Trump got the streets.
At first, I said I don't know if Trump has an equal, but.
Nah. Oh, okay. You did say that. You prefaced it with that. I'm just saying. I'm not gonna lie, bro. He's on a run. He's on that 08 Wayne run. Like that mixtape Wheezy right now.
He is.
He been on it too. Been on it. He's been on it. Like
2016 Brown run.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, so I don't think nobody can compare, but we will.
But we're gonna see. And but also, like I said, the fact that a lot of Trump supporters were these newer red pill tech bro type of Elon Musk's type of younger millennial Gen Zer financial type of but but I'm talking about as far as influence and oh my God, you just diss my goat type of vibe, so type vibe. I've seen a lot of the Republican Party scrambling like they don't know what side to be on or just dick riding. Right. Just dick riding.
So another note, man. I know you've been keeping up with the news because this shit is going everywhere, bro. The Diddy trial just got more interesting. You know what I'm saying?
The Diddler!
Listen, the Diddy trial just got more interesting, bro. And of course, somehow, some way, 50 Cent is somehow involved. I know you've seen the fucking news. So apparently, 50 Cent's baby mother, his mother of his child, most recent one, she was in one of the, and she was in the freak offs. And,
one of them.
Yeah, right. She was in the freak offs, and she was a reoccurring member of the freak offs. And it's starting to look a little clear as to why 50's been so interested in shitting on Diddy this whole time. Because I mean, listen.
But
take it away, please.
But not only that, I know you've seen. I don't know if you saw, but Ja Rule was also trolling about.
Ja Rule tried. Now I didn't get to see the social media post. I mean, listen, Rule. I'm a Ja Rule fan for sure. There's never been no Ja Rule slander around me, but I will say like it's time. Like Ja, get on his ass, please, because this is your time, gang.
And the thing is,
this is an L.
And somebody said 50 ain't never been this quiet ever.
Right.
But it was it was Ja Rule didn't act. Ja Rule like retweeted something where. It was an old picture of 50 and Shorty. What was her name? What's her name?
I couldn't tell you.
I know it.
50 Cent's BM.
Yeah, but it was an old picture. He was like, "Damn, 50 was really loving this," and Ja Rule like retweeted with them crying emojis or something.
Oh my God!
And I don't know if you saw some of the details of it, talking about that Diddy was giving her $10K a month.
What?
Diddy was literally paying for her lifestyle. She ended up admitting between the $10K a month and child support. That's the money she was getting.
What?
That was the only money she was making.
Wait. Child support from 50?
From 50.
Oh, okay.
And
yeah, she's up. Shorty doing $200 a year of child support and the fuck around money. That's tough.
And there was at one point
that's fucking insane. Really think about this.
Yeah, I know. That's crazy.
People work their whole life to be a fucking dentist or something to make $200,000, and Shorty is sitting down, popping out babies, and getting fucking trains ran on her at the Diddy party for the same $200. That's crazy.
And she was saying how there was one point where her and Diddy weren't in the best of graces.
Yeah.
And that he suggested that she suggested that they have a real big have a great party where Diddy can pick the top 3 guys for that night.
Oh, that's what she said.
Yeah,
because she got on the stand, and this is on the stand.
Yes,
to the court.
Stand.
So we're not just like reporting a crazy story. No. She is saying this in court under oath. Like she's a witness to this whole situation. Like this is insane. But go ahead.
Yeah. So she was saying how Diddy could pick the top 3 guys. Daphne Joy's her name.
Daphne Joy.
Daphne Joy. Yes, I knew that. But I just wanted to make sure But so I want to know your thoughts about everything. But it makes sense. I feel like this is a big reason why 50 don't really bang with Diddy. But
listen, I think it's way more than just that. But
I know. I think it's part of it.
I'm not gonna get over the fact that if you just pretty enough, you could just sit on your ass and make $200,000 a year. That's fucking amazing. Shout out to Zion's BM. Not Zion. What's this name? Anthony Edwards BM. Anthony Edwards is a piece of shit. That's okay. He's young. He doesn't get it yet. But shout out to those ladies because you are living the fucking dream. You on the boat in Miami. Your mother got the kids. You're fucking lit right now. 200 a year. 20,000 to be bad is crazy. 20,000 a month to be sexy is crazy, my nigga. Yo, that's fucking insane. And that's nothing. This joint's getting way more than that. You feel me? Look at Carisha. Carisha got a whole TV channel, a whole show on Revolt. Yeah. She won a BET award for some shit she was doing for like 6 months. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. She got better podcast of the year for a podcast that was out for 4 months. I'm like, nah, son. This is crazy. Like, if you just bad enough or fuck the right person, you could dead level up in this life. That's fucking amazing. Shout out to y'all. Because, yo, that's crazy, son. I'm going to work my whole life to phone one of these bitches one day. That's the really crazy part. I'm gonna be the nigga. Exactly. I'm going to be the one. I'm going to be giving the bitch $20,000 a month. All right? It is what it is. If I'm up hundreds of millions, why not? Why not? She holding it down. It's lit. She invite 2 or 3 of her friends over when we party. It's cool. I got $20K a month for you, shorty.
That's what is that?
That's what I really get out of all this. But let me be serious. Okay. The diddler. Listen, there also was a one of the male escorts testified, who's apparently a very well-known Harlem legend. Man named The Punisher. I forget his actual name. Vlad's doing an interview with him right now, and it's actually fucking insane.
He did an interview with Cam and Mace.
You know, I heard, and I didn't get to see it, but that has to be way funnier.
Oh, it has to be.
I should watch that. But I can't imagine them having a conversation without having to say pause every 5 seconds, though.
Yo, you know
that?
I only saw
because I don't got time for that. I need a real conversation with some grown men. Cam and Mace, I love them to death. I don't want to watch an interview. I'm not gonna lie. Nah. Especially with a motherfucker that sling dick for a living, I don't want to see Cam Mace do that interview.
Yeah, I literally only saw a clip of it, but I
can only imagine. It's like, how can Cam Mace possibly have a conversation about Diddy and talking to a male escort about anything without saying pause, no homo every 5 seconds? I'm like, I'm cool. I'm gonna save that. I'm gonna watch the Vlad. I'm good.
And Cam was like, yo, real talk, man. You from Harlem? Like, let me know, like. How was the pussy, bro? How was it? You gotta let me know, man. Keep it back.
You talking about Cassie?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
He was like, yo, was there any time when she hit you up on the sneak tip? Like,
the voice is killing me right now.
Like, let me, how was it? How my man? You from Harlem? Like, how was it? So
pretty much.
Yeah. So
what was the answer though? You don't end the story right there.
I didn't. No.
You didn't check the review?
I didn't actually check.
I think we all need to know that.
That was a valid question, but that's a very Cameron question.
But I was listening. He was saying that so he was saying that in the interview that I was watching, he was saying that he was getting paid $2K every time he went to go to visit them, and it wasn't until after like the 5th time that he went to go fuck with Cassie that he even knew that Diddy was there. I mean that was Diddy, and that was Cassie, because he said by the time that they started messaging him, I think it was like 2012. And he said when he met Cassie, they took him to this real nice hotel. It was like a beautiful hotel room. They in a suite, and they had him wait a couple hours. Like he was supposed to be at like 8 o'clock. Then they turned it to 12. 12 turned to 1. It turned to like 3 in the morning by the time he actually got into the room with them. And he was just saying like, first they gave $800, and it was just, all he did was oil down Cassie, and she oiled him down, and they actually didn't fuck. Like, it was literally just them oiling each other down, and then Diddy walks in the room, but he has no idea it's Diddy. It's just she told them, yo, I got my husband. He's gonna walk in. He's gonna want to watch, but he's not gonna. He's just gonna sit on this couch. And he said that the setup in the room was always the same. It was one couch here, one couch there, a couple candles, a bowl of baby oil, and a bowl of warm water. And he said from there, Diddy gave directions, but he had on a veil. And he was ass naked on the couch with a veil, like just over his face. And he said it wasn't until like the 5th time he realized it was Diddy. He said by the 5th time, and when he realized it was Diddy, Diddy started just pulling up with a Yankee hat on. My son was just sitting ass naked with a Yankee fit, watching them fuck. Because after the first time, he said, they turned into them fucking. And he said a really weird part that made him uncomfortable is that every time he was obligated to finish, aka nut, he had the nut, and he had the nut on her.
On her, yes,
and
I knew that.
Diddy would get up and walk away, and then she would get up and walk away and not wipe down. And that was very weird to me because Diddy might be collecting semen for some other shit. I have no idea what's going on, but he might be farming children somewhere in Mars with Elon, and that's allegedly. But I don't understand what that's for. That's very weird to me.
But Daphne Joy on the stand was talking about where there was situations where she would have one guy Diddy would watch. The guy had to finish on her.
Right.
And Diddy liked to play with it, apparently.
That's fucking wicked.
And then she would shower, and then another guy would come in, and they would do it again.
Oh, I'm
So
telling you,
I
he's
guess
farming. I'm telling you, he's trying to farm children.
that's a different level. That's a different level.
That's just some freaky ass shit.
That's what I'm saying. That's a different level.
But the dude punished it. He swore by it. He said, nah, Diddy never touched him or it never even got close to nothing like that. Like, it was just like from a distance, like that was Diddy shit. Like, yo, move the candle here, yo, move that. He said that was another thing too. Like, he had to get used to the sense of the dude being there and the director. He's like, yo, bro, it was very hard to like stay hard, but he would over medicate, just take like 8 Viagra's. He said it was also take 20 milligrams, he'd take like 80 or 100. And he was like, yo, I could have given myself a heart attack.
Yeah,
but he was like, he needed to do that in order to like stay focused. Cause it's like, damn, I got this weirdo motherfucker sitting over there.
I can't. That would blow my. What
blew my mind is he couldn't recognize Cassie, but he said she was wearing a wig. And by like 2012, she was already like 7 years from her hit single. Me and You was 2006.
Yeah.
So at 2012, especially for the Punisher, who was like damn near 4, he was like 38, I think.
So he wouldn't. That's not somebody.
It went right over his head. He not thinking this is Diddy, but he said one time he checked into the room next to the suite, and in the when he turned the TV on, you know, as smart TVs progress, it'll tell you, hey, welcome, blah, blah, blah. And it said, hello, Sean Combs. And he hit him right there, like, oh, shit, that's Diddy's name. And he Googled the room that he was in, and he realized he was in a $30,000 a night room. And he's like, yeah, this makes sense. He's like, okay, yeah, this makes sense. Like, this is who I've been fucking with these last couple times. And it's just wild because that's just one of the escorts. Like, I can only imagine what everybody else got to say. But they talking about, Cassie was taking piss to the mouth. It was a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah, it's a whole lot. And Cassie's husband is a very strong man.
You couldn't deal? Yo, look at your face. You couldn't deal? You can't deal with a bitch having a crazy past? That'll Wait, so hold on. So if you were madly in love with a woman, right? Like, y'all been dealing with each other for like 7 years, right? She's been the angel. You ain't never heard nothing about her. She's from across the country. You don't know nobody from her past, right? Feel me? Let's say, you feel me, 7 years in. Y'all married. You got a kid, 2 kids. You find out, you know, in college, she got a couple trains ran on her. Like, you find that out just by rent. Just by you find out she done got hit by 5, 6 people 3, 4 different times in life. What would happen? I need to know what would happen.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. See, you said marriage and kids. If marriage and kids, if we're already at that level, it is what it is.
It is what it is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It is what it is.
You think so?
Yeah.
Bob, it is what it is?
If we're married and kids, yes. But if it's before that, it's over.
No kids, just married.
If we're already married, it might.
Married.
See,
she told you she got 5 bodies.
Oh,
y'all been married for 3 years, together for 7, and y'all trying to have a goddamn kid. I need to know what happens when you find out she caught 30 in a week in college.
I don't know.
That's
I don't
crazy.
But if we're not married, no kids. Oh yeah, it's over.
It's over?
Absolutely.
But you love her. 7 years in. Y'all been together for 7 years, not married.
I wouldn't be able to see. I wouldn't be able to look at it the same.
That's too much?
I wouldn't be able to look at it the same.
That's too much? I respect it.
100%.
I want to hear what y'all think, because I'm going to be honest, I don't give a fuck.
I know you don't. I know you don't.
I'm like, damn, you's a freak bitch, all right? Like,
I just, me personally, I wouldn't even, like I said, if we're talking about marriage and kids, I'm already in.
Yeah,
it is what it is. It is what it is.
Damn, you going to be able to sleep there every day for the next 50 years? Like, damn. She told me she had 5 bodies.
When kids are involved, it's not about me anymore. It's about them.
That's
you
true.
feel me? I'm not about to do that because I ain't a lot going on because of some shit in the past. But now, if it's just us two, then yeah, I don't know if I'll be able to look at her the same. That's me. That's just me personally. Like that's a lot.
All right, now you're one of the most famous people in the fucking world, and you just found this out, and now the whole world knows this because that's what just happened. It's way more.
No, but he was he was their trainer. So,
right.
So he actually helped her get out of that situation.
Yeah.
He knew everything was going on.
Yeah.
You feel me? So shout out to him though, because he literally helped her get out of that situation, and you know, he shout out to him though. Like I said, he at the end of the day, I feel like there really is somebody for everybody, and he saw the situation she was in, helped her get her out of that situation, and help, you know, turn around a crazy whirlwind type of situation into a loving situation. Now she's pregnant with her 3rd kid. So,
yeah, that's true.
You feel me? Like he was in there. He saw everything.
That's true.
It's different than
you
a
know
random
what?
situation.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, bro.
He was
a trainer.
there. Like,
yes.
he kind of seen.
He seen.
There's no way he didn't catch a black eye.
That's what
some stitches.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
it's not like a random guy. He was in it. Like he helped her through that situation.
That's an important part.
That's an important. He knew what he was getting into. You feel me? He knew what he was getting into.
So, all right, let's move on from the Diddy trial. We were talking about, matter of fact, I do want to hear your thoughts on this, the Pusha versus Def Jam situation.
Did you hear anything about what's going on?
Nah.
Nothing.
Well, kind of.
What do you know about it?
Nah, actually, go ahead.
What have you now? I'll try to fill in. I kind of heard. I don't want.
From what I heard, the only thing I've heard so far is something like, I think Pusha's trying to drop a Clips album, and they wanted to put a Kendrick song on there, and Drake's not with it. I'm not sure. I want to hear what you, please.
Well, so, the information that I've gathered on the situation is that Def Jam is trying to censor him.
Censor him
for the album. Yeah, they either you have to change the lyrics. So from what I've gathered, they're literally buying them out of their contract. Def Jam is buying Pusha T out of his contract.
What do you mean?
He signed to Def Jam.
Right.
He wants to put out this project.
Right.
Def Jam's telling him, no, you have to censor. We're not allowing you to put this project out with I don't know the details of it, but they want them to go back and change certain things about the album.
When you say they're buying him out,
they're buying him out of the contract.
What does that mean, though?
Well,
I've only ever heard of the artist being able to buy himself out of the contract.
Well,
I've never heard of a label buying you out of your contract. What does that mean? We're gonna pay you and you got to sit down and not drop till this time is up.
We're gonna pay you to. What do you mean?
Literally that, because right. Anytime I ever heard about buying myself out of a contract, is buying you buy yourself out of a contract. I never heard of a company buying you out of the contract. They gave you a contract. How they gonna buy you out of it?
It's just like an NFL.
You said it's buzzing? Hello, you hear me? Still buzzing? Yeah. But
it's just like an NFL team. NFL teams can buy players out of their contract.
Oh, so he signed to somebody else, and Def Jam is trying to buy him out of his contract.
No, he signed to Def Jam.
That's confusing. I need to get the details on that. Yeah, let's check and make sure we got the mics working.
Shout out to Marv, you know. Mr. Let's let us know if it's working right now.
Yeah, hello. Still buzzing? Still buzzing? That's wild. That's all right. Having a little bit of technical difficulties here over here at the Preachers Podcast, but that's all right. You know what I mean? As you collect some more information. I'm gonna switch your mic with that one. All right, bet. You know the. Now, what I do know is, you guys are not gonna be able to hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you a little bit, but not much.
All right, it's okay. We were doing a little bit of technical difficulties here. Thank you guys, staying with us.
But okay, so I'm still trying to figure out the Pusha T situation, because I ain't gonna lie, Pusha's always been one of those guys who was vocal about having problems with his label. Like ever since the beginning, what he said, I'm sorry to the fans, but them crackers wasn't playing fair jive. Like that's been a thing. Like Pusha was quick to always reach out to the fans and let them know, like, yo, I want to drop, I want to do this and that, I want to, you know what I mean? But the label's not letting me. You feel me? And that it's kind of fucked up. That I think that's really trash, how labels can stop an artist completely from being able to do or say what they want. Because then they own your music. Like they actually own it. Like you wouldn't be able to drop it on SoundCloud if you wanted to, YouTube, nothing. Not a nothing. Like especially with AI now, they'll snatch your shit off from anywhere, because AI will recognize when your song is being played anywhere.
Yeah,
anywhere. All that copyright shit is out the window.
It's just like Shazam.
Yeah,
how you can Shazam a song.
Yeah.
But so apparently Pusha T and Malice are paying to exit out of their deal.
There you go. This is why I was so confused.
Yes.
Because the way I'm like, all right, there was a little bit of confusion there, because I'm like, yeah, that doesn't make sense. But I mean, that makes sense. They're gonna buy themselves out of their contract. How much is their contract? I'm sure they gotta have a 7-figure contract.
That's what a 7-figure deal, apparently. But
shit,
and
that's fire though, because Malice hasn't rapped in fucking 20 years.
I know, yeah.
Shout out to Malice. He turned into a pastor like
he was a whole.
That was a missionary or something.
He looked totally different now. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, that shit is crazy.
But there's rumors speculating that it's circling around Drake and throwing shots at Drake.
Right, and that's what I was saying. I heard that they were supposed to get a Kendrick feature, and it was gonna be a Drake diss, basically. It's maybe not directly, but I mean, just Pusha T and Kendrick Lamar clicking up is a Drake diss in itself.
Yeah.
And because I ain't gonna lie, one of my favorite Kendrick verses ever was on Nostalgia, which is a Pusha T track.
That shit was great.
When I tell you, that shit touches my soul to this day.
Bro.
Every time that shit hit, mind you, that song's like 12 years old.
I know.
You put Pusha and Kendrick, two of the greatest pens in this rap game ever, you gonna get some cocaine Compton ass shit. You gonna get some shit. And that's exactly what Kendrick gave us.
Every verse is a brick.
Every verse is a brick. Your son
dope, nigga.
Go reap what you sow.
But apparently Pusha was saying how it wasn't even directed toward Drake, apparently. And so I want to know your takeaways, your thoughts on the situation where a label is stifling the creative process of an artist.
I ain't gonna lie, I feel like Def Jam will be, before I say that, I feel like Def Jam might just be trying to say their ass, because they see how Drake played the last label, he sued them. Def Jam's probably like, yo, we don't got that right now to be getting sued. We're good. Drake got more money than the whole Def Jam right now. I ain't gonna lie. Def Jam's been down for some time. Who the fuck Def Jam? You know Def Jam down, they signed Pusha T and Malice. I ain't gonna lie. They down. They down bad. They're fucked up in the game. They're not who they used to be, respectfully. Drake literally might have more money than the entire Def Jam, literally. Like their whole budget. I'm not gonna lie. I might be wrong, but I might be right. But I think that's super corny. Like labels should not be able to stop them. But I feel like Def Jam is the only reason trying to stop them. If they would, isn't because they love Drake so much. It's because like, yo, look, we not doing that right now. Drake's clearly on a tier where he's ready to invest all his money in trying to sue motherfuckers, and we not beat for that. Like we just not beat. We're trying to sell this album. We're trying to make it be able to sell and make our money back off of album sales. We can't if we're gonna get all of our money taken by this motherfucker that's trying to sue us. We're gonna get into a $10 million, $20 million legal battle. You know what I'm saying? With a motherfucker who got the $20 million to put up just to prove a point. I think that's more what's going on than them trying to censor him necessarily. You can talk about everything else. You can talk about all the crack you sold and all the grandmothers you killed. Like you can do that all day, but you can't talk about Drake because none of them grandmothers are gonna sue me. Drake will.
So we've seen in the past with the situation between Jay-Z and Prodigy, where Jay-Z was trying to curb Prodigy from dropping certain music. We've seen artists and
where the fuck did you get a Jay-Z and Prodigy reference from? I'm so proud of you. I didn't never know. I ain't never heard you mention whole Prodigy in my life.
Yeah, ever. You remember that? You remember that? Bro?
Yeah, you just reminded me. I'm like, the fuck? Come on, yeah. I never heard you mention neither one of these niggas in my life.
That was an error right
there.
Where
the fuck did you come up with that? Nah, you was reading Vibe magazine this morning or something. How the fuck did you come up with that one? That was a hell of a reference.
Yeah.
Continue. My bad.
So we've seen artists,
but you're right though,
who are the man on the label try to stifle other artists' voices. We've seen that. But This is the first time we've seen, well, from my knowledge, correct me if I'm wrong.
Right.
A label actually trying to silence the creative process of an artist. And it all circles back to what I've been saying, and people have been slandering me for it.
Oh, man.
Drake is not hip hop.
Oh,
All circles back to Drake not being hip hop. He's not a hip hop artist. You're not about to sit here and tell me he's hip hop, because hip hop is culture. It's not just about bars. Hip hop is part of a culture. And when you enter into that culture, guess what? You're playing by the rules of that culture.
This is true. This is
The
very
essence
true.
of hip hop.
This is very true.
There is no
anything
rules.
outside of that is disrespectful.
That's what I'm saying. There's
You're bugging.
yo,
Yeah, you're
I
right.
can't go into
That's a really good point.
I can't go into an anime community
Right.
and disrespect the rules of the table of the people that came before me in the anime
It's like going
community.
to a Christian church and disrespecting Jesus. It's like, what are you doing? That's what we're here for. He is the guy.
Hip hop has always been no rules. That's always been no rules.
Yeah, when it comes to the pen on paper, there's no rules.
there's no rules.
Not
It's
your
always
mother,
been
not
creative.
your father, not your friend that just got shot. We don't give a fuck. We're gonna talk about that
it
shit.
it came out of the Black liberation struggle. Well, all music in general came out of pain of Black people for the most part. You talk about blues, talk about R&B, talk about rock and roll, talk about all popular parts of music came out of the pain and the struggles of the Black community. And we're talking about hip hop specifically is not abiding by necessarily the laws of the land, or not necessarily in favor of the police, not in favor of the law, not in favor of attorneys. So the essence of hip hop is being no rules, being full creative control, full creative expression. Now we have somebody who comes in here and wants to litigate hip hop. That is not hip hop. I've been saying this. He's not hip hop. Yeah. And Drake fans are not hip hop fans. They're Drake fans. They don't care about the essence of hip hop.
He has transcended hip hop.
Yes.
He's just Drake. That's crazy.
Yes.
That's fucking crazy.
Yes.
He's also the first person I ever seen feature himself on a song. I swear to God. Drake was the first motherfucker we seen do the chorus and the hook.
That's not true. That's not true. T.I. versus T.I.P. No disrespect.
No, but that's different. He wasn't doing a duality thing. He was just going to rap, and then he was about to sing the chorus and jump back into rapping.
Kendrick be doing the duality thing all the time.
That's what I'm talking about, though. I'm talking about Drake was the first motherfucker I heard singing, like trying to really sing on a song and not sound anything like the rap. Like he would, you wouldn't even know that was him. I don't know if you remember So Far Gone when like first.
What?
That's what I'm saying. Like, do you remember how confusing that was? I'm like, wait, that's him singing too? Like what? You could do that?
Tyler the Creator does that shit, bro.
These people were not before Drake.
Okay.
I'm talking about 2007.
You said you did say the first.
That's what
T.I.
was not singing the way Drake sings.
But you didn't say sing. You said
I said the first person to feature himself.
Yes, but
feature himself is different.
But see now you're saying singing. You said first it was featuring.
By featuring himself, yeah, I'm saying like it was him, and then he's featuring. Like I'm saying, like
I see what
two different art forms on the same song.
Styles, yes,
yeah,
on the same
one's
track.
rap and one's singing. He's doing both.
I'm so
Like,
turn the oven on
from the beginning. That's what got him going
Chef
crazy.
Papa John. I mean the Parmesan.
Baby, you my everything. You know, best I ever had. Yeah. That was the first.
You remember Replacement Girl?
That, of course, but that best I ever had was the one where it was like, that's him singing too.
Yeah.
And then when you listen to So Far Gone, that's him on Brand New, on Bria's interlude.
I ain't gonna lie. I do remember that era where people didn't know you. Like, yo, that's him. Like,
yeah, I remember when I first seen you, I was like, what? I'm like, you could do that? Everybody else would get an actual singer to sing the chorus and do the rapping.
Yes, the soft parts of the song.
And that low key, like that kind of made people realize, like, yo, we could just do the singing. Then, T-Pain really also had a lot to do with that. But neither here nor there. Let's go back to what we're getting at.
But like I said, Drake is not hip hop.
Honestly, I see what you're saying.
And Drake fans aren't hip hop either because they don't care about the essence. They don't care about the laws of the land. They don't care about the rules in hip hop. They care about Drake. Whatever he does, they will follow him blindly. They're not fans of hip hop. They're fans of Drake. And I'm not saying, I like Drake's music. Drake's an amazing, talented artist. This is no hate on Drake.
He might be the greatest.
He might be.
He might be the greatest artist ever.
He might be.
Like when it's all said and done.
He might be.
Like it's like the LeBron conversation. It's like, well, if you look at the stats, if you look at everything, there's nobody close.
He might be. But what I'm saying is, I think we're at a point where the move that he's doing and suing his label might change its trajectory of rap beefs in for the future.
Nah, you're right, though.
And we're not going to talk about the fact that what gets overlooked a lot is all the sneak diss and Drake does in all his music. That that goes over our heads.
That's true.
All the time.
That's true.
All the time.
You know what's
throughout
crazy?
all these songs. And then but then I have an issue with there are people saying that Pusha and Kendrick are using Drake in order to keep their relevancy. But like I said, Drake has been sneak dissing a lot of these artists that we don't even know about all the time in music.
How many girls he named songs after? He's just naming people.
That's
what I can say is, now, I don't know if you remember this, but during the Drake and Pusha rap battle, when we found out that Drake had a son,
I remember. I
don't know if you guys remember that, but that was crazy. That was crazy. I don't know if y'all remember this, but there was a Pusha T song that was supposed to come out. Like the same day, next day, whatever. After, because Drake responded, Pusha T dropped the Story of Adonis, and then I forgot, how did it go? Was it Drake dropped the song first? I don't even remember what the song was called because Story of Adonis was so fucking crazy.
Duppy.
Yeah, Duppy. Yes, you're right.
Duppy.
Drake dropped Duppy. See, that's an afterthought because all we know is we found out Drake had a son. That shit ended with us finding out Drake had a son. It was crazy with a porn star at that from like the UK. Shout out to her. Not the point. Point is, so if you remember correctly, Pusha had another song and Drake had a song, and Jay Prince from Houston, the OG, stepped in and was like, "Yo, we're done. This rap beef shit is done. We're not dropping another song." Because I remember there was allegedly some shit that was gonna be uncovered and said in there that nobody wanted out, and like that was a big thing. How it just completely got squashed, and everybody was like, "Damn, Jay Prince must have a crazy hand of power where he could just squash it like that." And it was like both parties agreed like, this probably gonna get nasty. And we already seen it get like that with Kendrick. That's what I'm saying. Like maybe this song that he was supposed to drop on his album might have remnants of that. And Def Jam was like, nah, we're not touching it.
But it's not Def Jam's role to get
Nah, for sure. And I mean, that's trash. But I mean, like, look, Def Jam trying to protect the brand, protect the money.
But no,
fuck the brand. They trying to protect the money.
From a business standpoint, yes.
Right.
But I'm saying the fact that
it's Drake's fault.
Absolutely, it's 1,000% Drake's fault. And we can't forget that apparently Drake was gonna have an Adidas rollout for Adonis. Right.
So Pusha T actually stepped on some bread. He did. Which is fake crazy, but at the same time,
there's no rules.
It's
Ain't
war.
no rules.
That's why I realized it's war.
That's why.
Bro, Drake took like I'm talking about tens of millions, if I'm not mistaken.
Because it was going to be a whole Adidas rollout, rolling out his son.
And because Adidas, Adonis, it worked perfectly. You seen how Blue Ivy and Beyonce got shit popping with like I think they got Adidas or some shit like that. If I'm not mistaken. They got a crazy ass brand deal with his kid. Imagine Drake popping out with oh my god.
And here comes
Pusha T. Gonna disrespect. And you know what's crazy is that's actually, you know what's really crazy is here's Kanye West inserting himself and all this. Kanye was allegedly the one who told Pusha T that Drake had a baby, and Drake had told him that in confidence in confidence, thinking that Kanye was his OG. You feel me? Him and Kanye have been locked in since so far gone, and it's like damn, like you told that, and ever since then, Kanye and Drake have never spoken like in good graces. Like it's always been beef since then.
And guess what? It all started back with Birdman. It's always
how was this back to Birdman? Brian Baby Williams?
Yeah.
What'd he do?
With Pharrell in Mr. Me Too. Everything stems back from Birdman not paying Pharrell. It all stems back to Birdman. The Young Money, Good Music beef, all stems back from Birdman.
Birdman pay somebody. Fuck.
It all stems back to Birdman.
Damn.
All stems back to Birdman. The whole their whole sides.
Playboy. Hey, Birdman might be the first diddler. I ain't gonna lie. He definitely looks more like a diddler than Diddy.
You can't put that on nobody.
Look.
You can't put that on nobody.
I can put the fact that he was kissing niggas in the mouth in 2005.
Yeah, he was.
I'm just saying. Wayne was like 16. That's literally not okay. I'm pretty sure that's illegal. You can't kiss 16-year-old boys in the mouth, son. I don't think that's
my
legal.
Daddy. I remember that.
That wasn't his daddy. That shit used to always make me uncomfortable. I'm not gonna lie. Because I'm like, y'all not even that far in age. Y'all like 12 years apart or some shit like that. Like, they're not that far in age.
But like I said, this all stems back to Drake not being hip-hop. And I think that...
No, this all stems back to Birdman kissing Lil Wayne in the mouth.
Well, no. That has nothing to do, but it all stems back to Birdman not paying Pharrell. And here come Mr. Me Too. And then it's been Good Music versus Young Money beef ever since. Ever since. ever since.
Well, I wouldn't say that because good music didn't even exist till like 2012.
But I'm talking about the people of good.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Nah, because Kanye didn't have beef with Birdman and them. Kanye was doing beat. Hey, don't say you will. He gave that beat to Drake for So Far Gone. The Say You Will.
Yes.
And a couple other beats.
Yes,
like,
but
that was like 07, 08. He was fucking with him. And Mr. Me Too was like 07. That was right in the midst of it. Kanye didn't put himself as far as like, it wasn't good music, but you're right. Eventually it turned into like, let's pick sides. Because Pusha went to good music.
Yes.
So you are right.
It wasn't pick a side.
You're right. Essentially you're right.
It was pick a side.
Kanye did something and then he signed people and it was like, all right, well, I guess I am on this side. And then he did some backdoor shit and told Pusha T some shit.
And then Rick Ross, Meek Mill, and then Drake on the other side. It was pick a side. All that stemmed from Birdman. It all stemmed from Birdman.
Yeah. Crazy, son. Yo, I know you.
Speaking of Wayne.
Okay, talk about it.
Speaking of Wayne, Carter 6.
Carter 6. I didn't hear not one song, but I did see that his track listing looks like it was made by a fucking the worst fucking what's the word? The people who curate the music. You're not the engineer.
I know you're talking about
No.
The engineer.
No. The dude who like the label has somebody who finds the talent. What is their name? A&R. Thank you. Damn. It was an A&R that was clearly on YouTube and just looked up all the hottest rappers. It was like, let's put them all on a feature right now. That's what it looked like from the track listing. Did you hear any of it?
I don't listen to Lil Wayne.
Wait. You don't listen? Hold on. Wait a minute. You about to turn this into a fuck Weezy campaign too?
It's been fuck Weezy.
No more Kanye. No more Weezy. I think I got an idea of why you don't like Lil Wayne.
I don't.
Is it his stance on?
A lot of stuff. I don't voluntarily listen to Coons.
Damn.
I don't. I've been taking that stance.
No. You're right though. You had to stand on that because you stood on that verse. Kanye, who's 1,000 times better an artist than Lil Wayne. So if you're not listening to Kanye, you better not be listening to that fucking Lil Wayne shit.
And it breaks my heart because those were two of my favorite artists growing up. You know that.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's I don't
literally. You made me more Kanye fan than I was. Like literally, I'm only on a Kanye fan because of you in a sense. Like as far as like I used to really love Kanye, and I remember your mom used to tell us like, yeah, Kanye used to listen to me. He has like he's talking positive stuff. And I was like,
I have every album physically up until 808s and Heartbreak.
Damn.
I haven't listened to him since.
Damn.
But yeah, I don't listen to Lil Wayne. But I saw what people were saying about it.
Yeah.
And people were not where people would tell them it's time to hang up the towel. And
yeah, it's over, Wayne. Because Wayne's still rapping like it's 2008.
That's what people say.
He's still punchline. He's still going crazy. Don't get me wrong, but like nobody want to hear that shit.
Yo, I feel like Lil Wayne is. I feel like he's the Shaq of hip hop.
The Shaq of hip hop.
Yeah.
What that mean?
Well, the Shaq's trajectory and career is concerned because you know. When you look at Magic and Lakers Shaq, you know, that was dedication. That was no ceilings. That was
Orlando Magic and Lakers Shaq.
Yes.
I was thinking about Magic Johnson and Lakers Shaq. I'm like, what are you saying right now? I was so confused for a second.
No.
Yeah,
my bad. That was my bad.
For a second, I was so confused.
No, where he was in his prime.
Right.
Where he was arguably the greatest player in the game.
Yeah.
But, you know, after the Carter 3, it was more, you know, Shaq had a few good seasons with the Heat. You know, won another chip. But after that, he went to Boston. Yeah, he went to the Suns, Phoenix, and it was like okay. And then after that, if you look at his averages, the last 5 years brought down his averages in total.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I
think
he messed up his overall like career averages by being around for the last 10 years.
Yes, by being around, by just being around, and he could, you know, he was one of the greatest, you know,
for sure,
one of the most dominant when he was in his prime.
One of the most dominant. I'll give you that. That's a great way to put it. That's a really great way to put it right
One of
there.
the most dominant.
Wayne had a Shaquille O'Neal dominant presence. I like that. I like that take.
That's why I see him personally.
Nah, for sure. But listen, man, it's been this week's
Yes.
episode. I just realized our time is up. I gotta head to work. Listen,
Yeah, me
we
too.
appreciate
I gotta
y'all.
head to work too.
Listen, everybody,
Thank
we
you
tuned
guys
in.
so
Tell
much.
a friend to tell a friend. Free Gents Podcast. We're gonna be here next Sunday, at 11 a.m. Y'all tune in. We have some more topics. Hopefully, Elon and Trump, this shit explodes. I'm ready for war.
I'm ready to watch. I got my popcorn ready.
Listen, on that note, we gone.